Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
So you wrote a lovely piece about Stormy Daniels, and you are correct. She is the hero that we need.
She is.
She's amazing. Yeah. She really is.
Yeah, she took no crap, and it was amazing. I read the entire transcript, both the direct and the direct examination, and then the cross examination, and all throughout she was just as smart as hell, and that comes through in her book too.
Yeah,
I mean, she is smart as hell, and just she's been through enough stuff in her life where it's like, what are you going to throw at me? Come on.
Right. Yeah, she's been through it. I mean, and for them to slut shame her, it's like, did you see pictures of Melania?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, work is work, and Melania did the work, and that's fine. But don't turn that around on Stormy Daniels for working, because she needed the jobs, and she's good at her job, and so. And who cares how many people she had sex with, one way or the other? It has nothing to do with her and Donald's 2 minutes or 90 seconds or whatever it was.
Right. And, it's a fundamental misunderstanding of the porn industry.
Exactly.
It's not looking at porn at adult film work as work. And as anybody who works on adult films will tell you, it's actually work.
Yeah.
And that she's somebody that, like she says, she does these scripted, full plot porn film with movies with porn, where she said, if you took the sex out of them, they'd be late night on Cinemax.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, she's. I mean, for people like Jeanine Pirro to slut shame her like she did, it's just it's gross. And
it is, because it's a legitimate industry. It is not illegal. It's
Right.
not like she's doing something. She's doing something that is allowed in this country for her to make money doing.
And she pays income taxes on it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She does.
And again, I would argue that she is a far, far better business person than Donald Trump ever was, because she came from nothing,
right,
and has made millions of dollars. Donald Trump came from, extraordinary wealth and has lost more money than he's made.
Exactly. Yeah. Had he just invested and not done anything else, just kept his investment,
he'd actually be a billionaire.
He would. You're absolutely right. And you and I agree with this headline: Giuliani's radio show canceled after he refused to stop pushing the 2020 election lies. I'm so happy that he's out of a job.
Oh, God, yeah. I want him. I have said before, I won't be happy until he is standing on the side of Madison Avenue with a squeegee and an old newspaper, begging for quarters to wipe your windshield.
Oh, that would be fun, wouldn't it?
And that would be justice.
That would be justice. It would be. It absolutely would be. And there was some more justice over the weekend. On Friday, I think this broke. Steve Bannon is going to go to jail finally, because his sentence has been upheld. His conviction has been upheld.
Yeah.
He could continue to appeal, but why? It's going to cost him money.
To delay,
but it's going to cost him more money, But so far, I don't think he's going to get away with it. I think he's going to finally serve time, which he needs to be doing yesterday.
Yeah, I wonder how many cigarettes a shirt costs in prison. Because they only give you one,
right?
And
That's funny. That's very
buying shirts off the other cons.
You were talking about on Threads about Clarence Thomas was in so much debt 2 decades ago. He tried to get the Supreme Court justice salaries raised across the board, and you said they're bribes. That's what you're trying to say. They bribed him.
Well, the other thing he did was that's when billionaires started to give him gifts, and I was like, that's a bribe.
Those are bribes.
That's a bribe. If you were in any other field, I have to fill out a financial disclosure form since I'm an employee of the city of New York, and I have to say any gifts I've gotten, and if it's over a certain amount, I either I can't accept it, or it affects my salary or something like that. I have to be that open about my finances, and apparently Supreme Court justices, who cares?
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, they could go, oops, I forgot to do that, and then they do it. Then they disclose it. And like you said, most people in that position would be out of a gig by now.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, he would have been fired from any other job by now. Just for accepting it, not only not disclosing it, but for accepting it.
Yes. And you also threaded about I think this is actually going to happen, but the revelations about Trump offering big oil executives and basically the quid pro quo there, I believe the Senate Democrats are going to open a hearing on that.
Thank goodness.
Because it should be. That's ridiculous. He's openly saying, "Hi, give me this, and I'll help you with that." And that's talk about a bribe.
Yeah, but the thing is like it's not illegal. What he's
No.
soliciting that much money is and promising that is not. It's not illegal. And I don't even understand how it's not.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry. I know that I don't know if it was Citizens United or what decision made that possible, but saying give my campaign $1 billion, and I will make sure I get these laws passed, which is just. It is jaw dropping to think that to be that blatant about your corruption.
Absolutely, I agree completely. It's insane. And then you and I can't pronounce this person. This person on Threads said, just trying to imagine if people a few hundred years ago had been here to witness, in the span of a few weeks, an eclipse, an earthquake, a supernova as bright as the North Star, and an unexpected appearance of the Northern Lights. And you said they would have made up an invisible sky wizard who rewards them and punishes them depending on his mood. And then a bunch of a-holes would go to war to force people to believe in their invisible sky wizard and only their invisible sky wizard. And some other a-holes would get rich by convincing poor people to give them money because the invisible sky wizard will reward them in his cloud kingdom after they die. And if they don't give money, the invisible sky wizard will block out the sun again. Wow.
All right.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much how religion started, isn't it? Like, oh, we don't understand what's going on, so we have to come up with a reason, and we don't have science, in any serious way yet. So sure, let's call it gods or God.
Exactly.
And go from there.
Exactly.
God is angry at us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess this can't be a natural phenomenon. No.
God, no. Lord, no. And Lindsey Graham argued that Israel would be justified in obliterating Gaza because America did it to Japan 80 years ago. Huh?
What?
Huh? I mean,
we didn't obliterate Japan. We
bombed.
And again, there's a lot of controversy about whether or not it was even necessary.
True.
It was a horrendous act by the United States. We can argue all day about whether or not it was justified.
And what's going on in Gaza is not.
Right, but to suggest that is a solution to ending the conflict between Gaza and Israel is just to suggest genocide.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's suggesting. He's he's an awful human being.
Yep.
Good luck containing the radiation sickness to Gaza.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. That's insane. That he would even. I mean, the GOP is upset because Biden has decided to withhold weapons of offense to Israel right now, based on what's going on in Rafah. And
they haven't yet. No, that's the thing that's wrong. They haven't yet. What he's saying is, if you go with a full invasion and everything, then we will withhold.
Right.
And right now, they've said they haven't crossed it yet, even though they're bombing Rafah, even though troops are in Rafah. They're saying they haven't. It has been small events rather than a huge incursion. So so Biden hasn't even done it. He's just said he will.
Ronald Reagan did the same thing in the 80s.
Every president has done the same thing.
Yeah.
George W. Bush did it. George H.W. Bush did it. Clinton did it. They all did it. They all finally came to a point with Israel where it was like, okay, you're going too far. We can't support this. You have to pull back. The difference was with Reagan is he had Menachem Begin to work with and not Netanyahu. And Menachem Begin was like, oh, okay, well, all right, we'll back off.
Right.
Netanyahu is one of the main reasons the war is even going on as it is so that he can stay in power and not go to prison.
Yeah, because he's going to see prison as soon as this thing's over and they get him out of office. Because he deserves it.
Yeah.
He should be there already. Well, Rude, as usual, you're rude.
Oh, yeah. Did I say something rude? Did I?
No.
I specifically avoided making any cutesy puns talking about Stormy Daniels.
Yes, you did. It was a very good article.
Or any graphic descriptions of her movies, although I do have one of those on an earlier a post from March of last year. Or no, maybe last year. Anyway, but this time it was like, no, because that's not what she was there for.
Right.
She wasn't there for that.
Right.
She was there to establish that it happened and that they were trying to cover it up. That's
and she was threatened. And she was threatened.
Yes.
And that was, and they kept trying. And I don't know if you've read the transcript, but Neshelas or Neshelas,
Necklace or Neckles, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Neckles, okay, Neckles. That I like that because that sounds terrible. And so she said. All the time, Nichols kept saying, "Oh, well, you're lying about that now, aren't you? You're not telling the truth about that. That didn't happen. That person doesn't exist. That man that threatened you in the parking lot doesn't exist." And it's like, what are you talking about? It's like they were trying to get her to say, and then they would say, like, "Well, you said this in Touch magazine, and now you're saying this," and you just want to say, "You're not under effing oath for In Touch magazine interviews."
Exactly.
Who cares? People make up crap all the time when they're doing interviews.
Exactly. No, I think Stephanie Clifford is a hero for us all.
Oh, she wants to be called Stormy Daniels. She prefers Stormy Daniels.
Stormy Daniels. All right. I know she had to say her real name, though, I think, under oath, right? Didn't she say?
No.
She didn't?
Stormy Daniels.
Wow.
They swore her in as Stormy Daniels.
Yeah.
Well, good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her.